So, welcome to my weekly blog. This week, we are taking a look at five love languages. This is based on Chapman's book, if you want to go in more detail with this one topic. But, we might be in love with someone who's very special to us, and we want to build that relationship, we want to nurture that relationship. And Chapman's identification of five love languages is a interesting tool to use to be able to improve the relationship that you're in or do some work before you enter into your next relationship. So let's take a look at these five love languages. Love language number one is loving to receive gifts. Now, not everyone loves gifts. Now, it's hard for me to understand sometimes. I love gifts. I love tokens of appreciation. I love the thoughtfulness of gifts. But that wouldn't be my top um, priority out of the five love languages. But for some folks, it is remembering birthdays, remembering anniversaries, having a very thoughtful partner prioritize you in their day. Um, Someone that you're in a relationship might not have this as the most important love language in their life, but little tokens from time to time do go a far way. Just sometimes a thank you and a thank you card is important to somebody. Things to avoid is, well, you don't want to unenthusiastically give that gift. That's probably worse than giving the gift in the first place. But the greatest evil that you can do to someone who really believes that gifts are an important part of love is to forget a special date, forget an anniversary, forget a birthday. So that's love language number one. Love language number two is spending quality time with somebody. Well, I wouldn't think anyone would not want to spend quality time, but again, it's prioritization. So those that like this the most are folks that really do not appreciate when you're with them and you're on a date or having a special moment to be checking your cell phone. Cell phone should be off or away. Um, because the quality time, the time that you set aside for that special person in your life is important. For someone who prioritize quality time, you want to create special occasions, a romantic picnic on a field, in some place special that's a special memory for the two of you. To take the time to plan something very special for that time that you do spend together. If you're someone that spends a lot of time apart from your mate and they value quality time, it's very important that you create something special for the both of you. Um, if your mate prioritizes quality time. So, number three, the third love language is acts of service. Acts of service means that you're letting them know that you appreciate them by lightening their load. My mate is number one, and I don't get it because I rather spend quality time together or a token of appreciation and a gift. But for some folks, acts of service mean more action than words or cards. Um, for someone who appreciates acts of service, you could make dinner for them, you could clean up the yard, you could clean up the house. You want to get out of their way, but you want to do errands to save them time so that you can spend more quality time together. Um, the worst thing you can do with someone who values acts of service is to not follow through on something you said that you would do. I've been guilty. So I'm speaking from experience on that one. So, love language number four. Love language number four is physical touch. Someone who appreciates a nonverbal gesture, a show of love through touch. They like holding hands. They like the sensuality of a massage, hugs, cuddles, spooning, making out, massage, sex, right? All sorts of kinds of sex, not just traditional intercourse in a missionary position. Physical touch can take many forms and doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. The worst thing you can do with someone that values physical touch more than the other love languages is to neglect them, to physically neglect them and not have sex, not have touch. So that is something that is important for some, but not others. And if it's not important to you, I have a friend who actually keeps a separate calendar and puts little marks on it to remind themselves to make a sexual advance to their partner. And that they don't love them all the time. It's just that they don't prioritize physical touch and they know that's their partner's number one love language. Number five, last but not least, is words of affirmation. This is someone who likes to be encouraged, likes to have affirmation, likes to hear your appreciation for the things that they do or how they look or that they're beautiful, that you feel love for them. All of these words of affirmation are important. What you can do is you can give an unexpected card or a text. It goes a far way. Um, Something you could do that would be not good in that situation would be to use your words to blame them or accuse them. You want to use your words in praising and in lifting somebody up rather than tearing them down. Someone who prioritizes words of affirmation is particularly sensitive to the words that you use in an argument, in conflict, in compromise. So, those are the five love languages. And if you're interested in working on your relationship and bringing more joy into your life, you want to understand your love language, you want to understand your partner's love language, and you want to make sure everyone is happy and that you create the most joyous sexual relationship, romantic relationship that fulfills your expectations and your dreams with one another. Now, I realize we all have ups and downs in our relationships, but there are some things that I shared with you here that when you're having a downtime, you don't want to use words or um, do something or not do something that your partner feels is a personal attack. And most sensitive are these areas of the love languages. So, those are our how to for the week. Five ways to improve your relationship by using love languages. Be sure to look at all five of them and work on each area, but especially your area and your partner's area should be prioritized. I'll see you next week. And remember, don't let anyone dim your shine and create the joyous, romantic, and sexual relationship of your dreams. Let's do it together. Take a look underneath this video. There is a link to my website, and there is a support group. There is also a course and coaching available. I'd love to have a chat with you. Click the link below and let's talk. Have a good week.